Hey y'all, welcome on in. My name is Alex, the Creative Llama. As always, if you see that red live box right there, that means I'm live. But if you don't see it, that just means you are catching the replay. So make sure you put hashtag replay. We're going to craft with our club transfer. So the welcome to our beautiful chaos is our club transfer. And I think last week or the week before, I added that really pretty bead pattern, but we're going to do kind of the same thing, but with a different pattern on the background. I have a vision in my head that I think how it's gonna turn out, but sometimes that always doesn't go according to plan. So when y'all pop on, say hey, comment the word January, and sprinkle the video. I'm gonna share this into my broadcast channel. As always, if you're not in my broadcast channel, right down there in the pinned comment, there's a link to join the broadcast channel. That is the best way to know when I go live, because I will send a message via Facebook Messenger to let you know. But this is the club. We're going to take this off. We're going to wipe all this off, and then we're going to redo it on here. Okay. So hi Nara, hi Janice. So this is the 9x12 outside the box frame. I love this box frame. So it is a little bit 3D because this is a sign that I Velcroed on top. If I were to glue this, it wouldn't come out. So that's why I really like the outside the box frame, because you can still use cutouts and surfaces with it. You would just need to use some Velcro dots. Hi guys. So I'm going to take this out, and we're actually just going to use the back side of this, and we're going to stain it and all of that. But let's take this. Well, let's do our background first, and then we'll figure this part out first or afterwards. Okay. So with your outside the box frame, you get a insert like this that's white, and then one side is brown. We're actually going to stain this side to make it a little bit darker. And I'm going to use some Dixie Belle No Pain gel stain in the color Walnut to stain it and make it a little bit darker. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Shannon. Hello. But I don't have like a paint key to open that. So let me go grab a paper towel. I thought I had everything. And we're going to stain. Hi. Hello, Jan. We're going to stain the back of this. Ooh, I got way too much. Way too much. Hold, please. And this is actually available on the chalk site. This gel stain. I really like it. I think I like it better than the Voodoo stain. But we are going to make this a smidge darker. Now you could do the same thing with acrylic paint, but I really like this gel stain. I like this color. I wanted it to be nice and dark to get the color I'm working with. I wouldn't be crafting if you didn't forget something. Exactly, Renee. Exactly. But then I forget something every night. Every single night. So, you know, it just is what it is. Hi, Pamela. Are y'all staying warm? Y'all, did you see my picture? We had snow on the ground this morning. It's pretty much all melted here. But it was kind of exciting to wake up to. You know, we don't really get a whole lot of snow. I want to say the last time we got snow was when we had Snowmageddon down here in Texas, where it was here for like a week. It is a Chocolate Tour frame, Shannon. It is the 9x12 outside the box frame. I really like it because it comes with the wood insert, but you can get a chalkboard insert that has a white chalkboard and a black chalkboard. And then you can just get refillable. So you only have to buy the frame once, and then you can purchase the insert separately, which is, I love. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Darlene. Ooh, no, thank you, Miss Dolores. Dolores, I'm not seeing you on in here in quite some time. I hope you're doing fabulous, my friend. All right. So we just made it a little bit darker, a little bit more rustic, I guess. Hi, Tammy. We are staying warm. Here in South Louisiana, I saw, Lynn, I saw your pictures. That's crazy. It's -10. Where are you at, Lisa? You don't have to share unless you want to. I don't want you to feel like you're putting your business out there. All right. So there's our stain. I wanted it to be a little bit darker. Like I said, you could get the same, you could do the same thing with acrylic paint. But I don't have an acrylic paint that's like this dark other than black. And I didn't want to stain it black. Oh my gosh. Hi, Dawn. Good, I'm glad you're doing well. Alrighty, so let me close this up. Southern Missouri. Dang, and it was in the negatives? Yikes. All right, let me close this. Now, I will tell you that the gel stain is a bit expensive, but it's a giant jar that will last you forever. All right, I'm going to put that there. Let me wrap up my arm, staying warm and catching up on boarding. Oh, how fun. It was 64 here in Central California. Is that, I guess that's cold for California, I'm assuming. All right. So we're going to put this on top, but we're going to add a pattern. Now I'm kind of rethinking my color choices. So we're going to use the checkered pattern, which I showed y'all how to use this quite some time ago on the back of a door round. This one right here, actually. We practice it quite a bit. So we are going to actually do it for a background. So here's what I'm thinking. What color should our checkered be? Should it be, excuse me, should it be, oh my gosh, Dune, vanilla, or bright white? Oh my goodness. Dune, vanilla, or bright white. These are the three. So we have bright white, vanilla, or Dune. Excuse me. And our keyword is January. When you comment that word, you'll get the link for everything. Miss Michelle, you need to use it. I was thinking bright white, but now I'm kind of thinking Dune. All right, let's fuzz this. So I have used this quite a bit, so I don't need to fuzz it a ton, but we are going to have to clean it up in between. Oh, goodness. There's not a unanimous decision. But yes, our keyword is January. You'll get the links to everything I'm using, including all the stuff I'm using tonight, which is under the chalk products. But this, the club transfer I'm going to use is only available to, club members and designers. So here's the thing. I'm going to go up and down vertically with, oh my gosh. Excuse me. I'm going to go up and down with my checkered transfer because this is going to sit in horizontally into my frame. And this transfer is a little bit too small for it to go all the way to the top and to the bottom, but that's not going to matter because remember, this is going to sit on in the inside of a frame. So we won't really see the top or the bottom. So I'm just going to try to center it the best that I can. If it's not absolutely perfect, it's not the end of the world. But this is a repeating pattern, so I'm going to lay it down, making sure it's straight, and I'm going to push down. I am going to grab, if I have it, if I have some of my placement. Do you sell any pieces for the checkered? Do you sell any? I don't have like a, and I didn't even think about that, Linda. I don't have like a blank, like checkerboard, but that's a really good idea. Dune, y'all are saying Dune. The only reason I'm hesitant about Dune is because this sign is like a bright white color. So I am going to take out my placement tape and I'm going to cover up. I'm going to show y'all. It's kind of hard to see, but like right here, it has a little target that's on the side and the bottom. I'm going to cover that up because I don't want to accidentally paste those because we don't want those to see. That's just to help you line it up. But honestly, the way that I'm going to show you to do this is a lot easier than using those targets. So let's cover these up. And then I'm going to make sure that this is totally flat because I'm seeing some air bubbles. Okay. Moment of truth. So this is going to go on here. We're going to have the checkers in the background. See, I also was thinking if I did like bright white, it would match the sign. I don't know, help me. Okay, one more time. Vote. Bright white, vanilla, or Dune for the checkered. Where did you get the package of raffia? Amazon. Linda, this is from Amazon. You won't, Michelle. Practice on a chalkboard. That's another thing is like if you're afraid with this transfer, practice on a chalkboard until you get the hang of it. Because I was a little nervous too. And then once I figured it out, it was super easy. So, because I'm not going to paint my sign, we're going to redo this. Maybe we don't even have to redo it now. Now that I'm looking at it. Dune, bright white, bright white, bright white. See, I was thinking bright white. Vanilla. Vanilla would be a good choice, in between choice. Vanilla. Dune, it will pick up the gold. Now I say bright white. Yeah, I think I'm going to go bright white. Because here's kind of what I'm also thinking is if it's too bright, we can take a little bit of that gel stain and run it on top to kind of dirty it up a little bit. So I am going to do bright white. If you picked a different color, don't be mad at me. And maybe y'all were right about the Dune. Okay, so we're just going to go straight on top and cover this up. Okay, we will clean our transfer in between. Now, if we don't like it, we'll dry it and we'll see what we think. And if we don't like it, what we can do is clean the transfer and do a different color on top. Just line it right back up and do a different color. But how is everybody doing? What did y'all have for dinner? What are y'all having for dinner? Have you eaten dinner? Pretty much here, the whole city was closed. Schools were shut down, all of that. Us Texans don't know how to drive in the snow or ice, anything like that. Okay. So, here's what we have. Okay. I'm going to put it over here. Let's clean it. And then we'll do the other part of it. Okay, so I'm going to fill up my water bottle. Ooh. I'm making a mess. That sounds about right. Mashed meatloaf. We had meatloaf last night and it was delicious, Michelle. Delicious. Oh, I took a picture of my plate for y'all and I forgot to post it. I'm gonna have to post it later tonight. All right, regular water, or this is just distilled water, board eraser. We're gonna clean this. And I probably should have taken a baby wipe to the top, but that's okay. All right, I'll do that now. I like to take a baby wipe just to get off all that excess to make it a little bit easier to clean. Looks good. Sandwiches and tomato soup. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. All right. Turn it over and we're gonna do the same exact thing. We're gonna clean it, but we just won't use the baby wipe. Ah! Ew, I don't like that sound. There we go. And we just wanna make sure the transfer is nice and clean. I do have some of the paint from using it before on the back of my transfer. It's not gonna hurt it. Gumbo on the snow day, pot roast, potatoes and carrots. Yum. We ordered a pizza. So if the dogs start barking, the pizza's here. All right. Let's lay this back over here. Let's dry it. And then let's see what we think. I feel like it's too bright. What do y'all think? Leave it or change it before we start doing the rest of it? Now I'm kind of wondering if we should have done the Dune. Client made homemade chicken noodle soup. Yum. I'm kind of thinking we should have done the Dune. Y'all tell me what we should do. I think it's going to be too much white now. We're going to change it. So let me dry this, because this has to dirty it up. Let's try that. Let's see what it looks like. I'm just going to use, we're going to try something. Let's see here. We're gonna put the gel over top. I'm gonna test something. I'll do it over here. It's dry, right? Still a little tacky. Hold on, y'all. No, I don't like that. I'm just testing something. No. Let's get the gel stain back out and see what we think about that. So I'm gonna do a little wipe, offload it. Okay, so if we go back on top of it and make it a little bit more, ooh, what do y'all think about that? So this is with the gel stain right here. Oh, heck, I did the wrong thing. Hold, please. I gotta be careful. Because that white's running now. Gently dry brush it. Well, I need to use a paper towel instead of a wet wipe because that's what's making the white smear a little bit. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna continue with the white. So let me close up this. We'll get a paper towel and we'll do the other part of it later. We'll dirty up here in a little bit. But we're going to lay this back on top and I'm gonna show y'all. So we want it to be a checkered pattern. So you're gonna line it up like so, right? You're going to move it over to the right. Okay, now if you go to chalk this, it's just going to make it a straight line. So you don't want that. So you're going to move it over to the right and then down, and that's what's going to make the checkered pattern. Okay, so line it up to the right and then down. And this is what's going to create the checkered look. So we're going to push down. Hi, Stephanie. And then we're going to go back on top with the white. And then at the very end, what we'll do is we'll take our gel stain again and we'll go over the white. We probably could have waited to do the gel stain at the end, but I wasn't sure. So we just stuck with it. We went ahead and did it just to make sure. I'm going to cover this up. And looks good. And voila, there is the checkered pattern. Okay. So we're going to throw this over here. We're going to clean this maybe one more time. Spray it with water. We'll all be, what? We'll all be, yeah, it's really simple, I promise. And like I told y'all, if you're like not sure about it and you don't want to mess up a project, get out a chalkboard and practice on that before applying it to your project. Okay. Turn it over, same thing. We're going to clean it again. I think it's going to look good with the gel stain over it, personally. All right, let me grab another paper towel. let's dry it off. Y'all are so very quiet tonight. What's going on? If y'all could do me a favor, hit the heart button for me and share the video. That helps me out so much. And let's dry this. You done with the chips?
Yes.
Thanks, y'all. All right, it's coming together. So it does take a little bit of work to get the desired effect, but I think it's gonna look really good. Now, I did forget to tape off those little targets that I did at the beginning. I need to do that this time because I did chalk right here. I did chalk right here where it says B2. The pizza's here, at least I think so. Thank you for sprinkling, Linda. He walked away, Janice. I'll tell him when he comes back. Hi, Barbara. All right, so we need to make sure that this is dry. Really just this section right here. Okay, and we're gonna do it again. So I'm going to line it up. Okay. Move it. I'm sorry, no. Is it here? Mm-hmm. Oh. Move it over, and then we're going to move it over again. And I'm just going to use that last column of squares to kind of line up the edge. That looks good. Push down. Where did my placement tape go? The snow, it's all melted. They're saying hello to you earlier.
Oh, I might say hello.
He says hello. I don't know if y'all can hear him. How cold is it here, babe?
I don't know. Cold.
I don't know. It's cold. According to Thomas, it's just cold. All right. It is cold here. Taking our bright white and going over. I don't even think we're going to use our club transfer tonight, because I think what I have on there already is going to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to go through, pick up all that extra paste, because I'm going to try to do it without cleaning it in between. That way you don't have to watch me clean it again. All right, lift. Hi, Marcy. Let's dry it. And then we'll do the last little part. We'll put the gel stain over it, and then I think we're gonna be done. I'm just gonna use what I did last time. So, but this has to be completely dry before I go in and use it again, because I don't want to layer it while it's wet, because then it'll smudge it. Okay. Get this dry. Hi, Louise. All right, let's check it. Looks good. Okay, so last step. We're going to line it up, move it to the right, and move it down. And I'm just going to do my very best. I probably should have cleaned it, to be honest with you. Ah! Hold, please. To the right. It is quite a bit easier to actually clean the transfer so you can see the squares underneath. I'm going to clean it, because I would really hate to go in and mess it up on the last run. Yes, comment the word January. That'll get you the supply list. There is a link in there for you to shop the live sale from Sunday. So if you hadn't had a chance to shop the live sale, you can shop until Friday. And there's a link for our cutout of the week, which is our standing love heart. Miss Tammy, I don't know if she's still here. She grabbed hers. But that is our cutout of the week. There's a button in there for you to press that says cutout of the week, and you can go check it out. We did that last night on live. Hi, Debbie Cash. Y'all don't mind watching me clean? Oh, thanks. I was going to attempt it, but I'm like, my luck is that I'll go in and I'll do it, and then the squares will be crooked. And I'm just going to be like, kick myself. Like, I should have just cleaned it. I should have not been lazy. Okay, turn this over. Spray it again. And then take my board eraser. Clean it up. And then we'll wipe it down. Ah! Wipe it down. I'm going to get another paper towel. So we want this to be nice and dry. All right. All right, here we go. Last little attempt. Move this over. Line it up. Move it to the right and down. And you can kind of see the little square, the corners of the squares in the screen. So I'm just going to kind of make sure I can see a little bit of each square. There we go. All right, push down. How long do the board erasers last? Shannon, mine, I mean, I do this every day. And now granted, I don't always use a transfer every single day. But for me, like, they'll last a month probably. Even that's with me using a transfer most days. But I'm a little hard on my board erasers. But it's a 2-pack for, I don't know, $3 or $4. So it's not like outrageous. But I highly recommend to grab those to clean your transfers. All right. Hi, Dawn. There's what we have. We're going to clean it one more time. And it's the last time we're going to clean it. And then we're done with the transfer. But I really like the checkered pattern. I think you could do a lot of fun things with it. Like I showed y'all earlier when we were practicing, like on the back of this round, we did some fun colors. So I think there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with it. Like Miss Linda was talking about a checkerboard. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I use mine until they start to fall apart. And they're usually like a little really thin disc by the time I'm done. And then it will start to crumble on me. But you can use it as long as you want. But they do last. All right. I'm just going to use a paper towel to wipe up the paste. And sticky side up. Let's get our backer sheet. We're going just to line up the edge. Lay this down. And it's ready for us to reuse. And you can take off that placement tape. I'm not going to worry about it right this second. But you can take that off. Well, let's dry this. And then we'll go over it with the gel stain. I think I like it. Cheryl, I use just regular water and a board eraser, which you can get on the chalk site. These are perfect. These are made to clean your transfers. I wouldn't recommend using like a magic eraser or anything like that because it does have chemicals in it. That's just me. And it can break the adhesiveness from like a magic eraser can break down the chemicals or the adhesiveness on the back of your transfer, and you don't want that. But these do last, and it comes in a 2-pack. You use it to clean your squeak. Yep, we can do that too, Michelle. So let me show y'all. I got the Target right there. So I'm going to just take a wipe and I'm going to wipe that off. Because the paste is water soluble, so it'll just wipe right off. And like right here on the edge, my paste did bleed. So I'm just going to take a baby wipe and wipe it off. Now this won't really matter because you won't see it, because this is going to be inside, this part's going to be inside the frame. But I'll just go ahead and wipe it up just to show y'all. But there is our checker. What do y'all think? Pretty stinking cute. So we're going to open up the gel stain and let's stain it. So I'm going to offload it a little bit. I don't want it super dark. Oh gosh, Alex. This is why you can't have nice things, because you mess it up. Got one of my orders today with the mystery bag. Yay! The mini mystery bag. I try to put all sorts of stuff in there for y'all. We'll have more of those. I just start to just fill up the sheet of wood with extras around y'all's orders. Okay. Now this probably would look the same as if you got Dune, if you used Dune. I think Dune was just a little bit more like too yellow, and I was wanting something a little bit more brownish. The little bit makes a difference. What makes a difference? What's the little bit? The stain. So that kind of just makes it look a little bit more rusty and vintagey, I guess you could say. All right, let's close this. If I can get it shut. Looks good. I know, I used bright white, Marcy. I used bright white, and then I added the stain on top, as you just saw. But I used bright white. I wonder, you know, it'd be kind of fun to do like a little test to see what Vanilla Dune and stuff would look like that underneath the stain. Okay, so what do y'all think? Okay, so if you're like, why aren't you redoing this? This is the club kit. So for this month, for January, you can only get the club transfer if you're a club member or a designer. So this is the club transfer. So it says, welcome to our beautiful chaos. But then you have all these different sayings that say, blessing to all who enter. Please come on in. Kindly remove your shoes. And then you do get this surface with it, which is, it should be a reusable surface. I thought we were going to redo it, but I don't think we're going to. I think it worked out perfectly. And then you also get these 2 paste packets with it, which is Black Velvet and Shimmer Gold. But I'm not going to redo it because I think it's going to look really good. Now we could redo it to where the welcome is in espresso, but I think I like it with the black. What do y'all think? All right, let me grab my Velcro dots. Love it. Yay. All right. So we need the prickly side. So I like to use Velcro dots. You could use glue dots. Either way. But this will make it removable. So when you're ready to switch out your insert for your frame, you can just take this off and it'll come right off. Oh, and you also do get, I forgot to mention, this ribbon, which I was wanting to do like behind it, but there's not enough room for you to even see it. So that's going to be a project for a different day. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Let's put it in the frame before I go and put this in upside down or not centered. Okay. Put it in there. Come on. So that's the one side that we did. Here is side number 2. And we could totally take the bow off and make it match. Come on. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that. So little tip is you can use placement tape and then hot glue it on the corner, your bows on the corner. That way it doesn't damage your frame. I don't have any ribbon in here. Did you get the color of the month? I got it today. I have it. I haven't used it yet. But I'm just going to take this off because I think I like it just plain and simple. Okay, so let's do a little vote. Hold, please. And y'all are going to tell me which side you think it looks great with the bow. I feel like the black didn't go with the brown background. Hold, please. Painter's tape is probably a better choice than the placement tape. So here's side number 1. Okay. That turned out how I was thinking. That's side number 1. Oh my gosh. Or you can take it off. Gosh darn it, it didn't stay. Hold, please. My Velcro dots didn't stay. Work with me here. All right, we're just gonna push these down and hope that they're in the right spots. All right. So that's side 1. Oh my gosh, I just did it again. All right, or do we like side 2? So number 2 or number 1? Which side do you like? This one is definitely brighter and more like cheery, but I think this one is more like vintagey and vibey. I don't know. I personally think, I mean, I like both, but I think I like this side better. Pamela likes the bees. Shannon likes the checkers. Both. I like both too. Both. Louise likes number 1. She likes this side. I like the bees. This bee pattern is beautiful. But there it is, y'all. You could even stain this. Now, here's the thing. If you were to stain like this, the shape, it might, the stain I don't think would come off. Hi, Chris. You like the plaid? Me too. The bees aren't for everybody, but I like it. All right, y'all, let's pick a winner. So y'all hit that heart button for me. The 4th person to comment the word gold will be our winner. The 4th person to comment the word gold will be our winner. I need to pick that up. So there is another club choice. This is our cutout of the week. When you comment the word January, that's also linked in there. Marcy was number 1. Stephanie was number 2. Lisa was number 3. And Louise Clifton, you were number 4. So you are tonight's winner. You have won some Happy Meals. So Miss Louise, please send me a message. That way I can get a form sent over to you so you can fill it out and so I don't forget to send it. There we go. Okay. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your night. I will see y'all at some point tomorrow. We'll do another craft. All right. Bye, y'all.